everyone, buckle up because today's deep dive is going to take us from the streets to Wall Street, literally.
Oh, I like this one already.
Right, we're talking Wall Street Trapper. This guy went from street hustling to decoding the stock market. And his insights are, well, anything but average.
Yeah, that's what's so fascinating of Wall Street Trapper. He doesn't exactly scream, Wall Street success story. Yeah.
Exactly. Like his story really makes you rethink those assumptions about who can thrive in the world of finance.
Definitely, it challenges the stereotype.
Big time. So we're diving into this YouTube interview he did with Motiversity, and the first thing that grabbed me, he does not hold back about his past.
It's raw.
Totally. Witnessing violence, dealing with his mom's struggles, ending up incarcerated at 16, it's intense.
Yeah, and that honesty, it's crucial to understanding his journey. He's not trying to sugarcoat it. He uses those experiences to highlight how powerful a shifted mindset can be.
And that's where things get really interesting. So picture this. Trapper's in prison, right? And he meets this fellow inmate who basically drops this knowledge bomb on him.
A knowledge bomb, huh? I'm intrigued.
Oh, yeah. This inmate's like, the real players, they ain't on these streets. They're on Wall Street, building wealth through ownership.
Whoa. And that's the aha moment for Trapper.
Total aha moment, like a light bulb. He realizes trading time for money, not the path to the financial freedom he's craving.
He needed a new game plan.
And that game plan is all about ownership. But here's the thing. He doesn't just tell you to go buy stocks and hope for the best. He breaks down this whole ownership mindset in a way anyone can get, no matter their background.
And that's huge, right? Making these concepts accessible. So how does he do that?
Okay, get this. He compares building a successful business to being a successful hustler on the street.
Whoa, hold on. That's quite the comparison. How does that even work?
I know, right? I was hooked when he said it.
I bet.
So explain this because I gotta admit, I was a little lost at first.
Okay. So Trapper says, just like a smart entrepreneur, a good hustler needs a few key things to thrive, right? You need a great product, consistent clientele, got to have that competitive edge, and strong branding, obviously. You got to stand out. And he's arguing these same principles apply in the world of investing.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. You need to know what makes a business successful, whether you're on the street or on Wall Street.
Exactly.
But how does he connect that to actually investing in companies?
That's where his insight about moats comes in. It's a term Warren Buffett uses to describe a company's competitive advantage.
Moats. So break that down for our listeners. The moat is basically what makes a company stand out from the competition.
Precisely. It's their edge, right?
Yeah.
Could be a unique product, a super loyal customer base, or even just a really strong brand. And Trapper argues, looking for companies with strong moats, that's crucial if you're going to have success in investments over the long haul.
And then his story takes this even wilder turn because, get this, he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. He gets out of prison, and even with this newfound knowledge, he falls back into old habits.
It happens. It's a good reminder that knowledge without action, it's just potential.
For sure.
And for Trapper, the real turning point, well, let's just say it involved another run-in with the law.
Another one? Oh, man. Okay, tell me more.
So he gets caught up in this drug raid. And they seize everything, his truck, cash, everything.
Everything. Oh, man.
But here's the thing. They didn't touch his stock account.
They left the stocks.
Wait, seriously? Yep. And that moment, that was a game changer for him.
I bet.
Talk about a wake-up call, right?
Yeah.
That owning assets that appreciate in value like stocks, well, that could give him a level of security and freedom that, traditional hustling just couldn't.
That's wild, right? That moment really drives home what his friend in prison was saying. It's not theory anymore. It's real-life proof.
Exactly. It's boom, this stuff is real. And that's when he really leans into this idea of finally exiting average reality.
FEAR. I love it.
FEAR, catchy. Right, it's this one.
So good. Okay, but what does it actually mean? Is finally exiting average reality just about, raking in the dough?
It's bigger than that. Think of it like breaking free from all those beliefs that keep us stuck. Always thinking short-term trading time for money, never actually building something that lasts. It's about taking control of your financial future, realizing you can create something bigger.
So how do we actually do that? How do we go from feeling stuck to this whole ownership thing?
Well, Trapper talks about shifting your focus. Stop looking at stuff that loses value over time, cash, for example. Start looking at things that appreciate. like stocks.
Makes sense, but the stock market can feel intimidating, especially for beginners. Like, where do you even start?
And that's where Trapper's advice is gold. He breaks it down so simply. He says, think of it like this. Companies that pay dividends, they're like street operations demanding a draft.
Wait, dividends are like a draft. Okay, you got to explain that one because I'm lost.
All right, picture a street operation.
Right.
To get a piece of the action, you got to pay a cut of your earnings to the person in charge. That's the draft. Owning stock, it's like owning a piece of that operation.
Mhm.
When the company profits, they might share some of that profit with their stockholders. That's dividends.
Oh, I see. So instead of just earning money from a job, you're earning money because you own a part of a company that's making money.
Exactly. Ownership in action, right?
And those dividends, that's like passive income money working for you, even when you're not.
You got it.
Love it. But it can't be as easy as just picking any random stock already. Trapper probably has some advice on choosing the right companies.
Of course. He says look for companies that have a good track record. Strong financials, obviously.
Yeah.
And remember those moats.
The competitive advantages. Yeah.
Yep. The things that make them stand out. You want companies with durable moats.
So do your research, understand the businesses you're putting money into, and look for the ones that will last.
Absolutely. And here's another gem from Trapper. He's big on starting small.
What does that look like? Give me an example.
He uses AT&T as an example. It might not be the most exciting investment, but it's well established. And they have a history of paying dividends.
So it's about getting your feet wet, learning the ropes, building that habit, even with a small investment. I like it. Small steps lead to big results, right? But taking that first step can be scary. What's Trapper's take on facing that fear?
That's the beauty of his story. It's proof that your past doesn't have to define you.
He's like, look, I started with nothing, messed up a few times, but I turned things around.
Right. And that's inspiring, no matter where you're at.
Exactly.
He's big on emphasizing you got to start somewhere, even if it's just learning, like reading a book about investing.
Or finally opening that investing app.
Yes. Or asking someone for advice. It's about taking those first steps, believing you can learn and get better.
That's so true. Sometimes the hardest part is just starting, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But like Trapper's story shows, once you do, you get that momentum. Things start clicking.
For sure.
And he's big on consistency, too. He talks about how even small investments, like $25 a month.
Every little bit helps, right?
Exactly. Over time, it adds up. Compound growth is powerful.
It's a snowball effect. Start small, keeps building, gets bigger and bigger.
Exactly. You don't become a master chef overnight, right?
No way.
Same with investing. Got to put in the time, the effort.
Be patient, stay consistent, never stop learning, right?
You got it. And that's what's cool about investing. It's like this lifelong journey. You're always learning, growing, adapting.
I like that. So as we wrap up this Wall Street Trapper deep dive, what's the big takeaway for you?
For me, it's about taking that first step. What's one thing you can do today to shift your mindset toward ownership, toward that financial freedom?
Ooh, good question.
Could be finally opening that investing app, right?
Yeah.
Maybe setting aside a little money each week, even just starting a book on investing.
You hold the power to change your financial future.
That's it.
Love it. Trapper Stories proof, you know. No matter where you come from, your past doesn't have to define your future.
So true.
Get the right mindset, be willing to learn, and you can achieve anything. Until next time, everyone, keep diving deep and keep those aha moments coming.